The story begins in the lush, vibrant heart of a traditional African village. The market is busy with vendors selling colorful goods, children play around a large baobab tree, and the sun sets in the background, casting a golden hue over everything. Atop a hill sits a grand estate, the home of Kobi's family, the wealthiest in the village. The camera focuses on Kobi, a young man in his late 20s, dressed in fine clothes, standing nervously in front of a large wooden table. His father, a tall, imposing figure in his 60s, stands across from him, anger radiating from every inch of his posture.
What have you done, Kobi? You've squandered our family's wealth on a foolish, unreliable internet scheme. Crypto. A joke.
Kobi tries to speak, his voice shaky but determined.
Father, I truly believe in this investment. The world is changing, and we must adapt. It's not a joke. I can make it work.
The father slams his fist on the table, causing the room to shake.
Enough. You're a disgrace. You've ruined us, and you've humiliated this family. Get out. You're no longer part of this family.
Kobi's heart breaks as his father's words pierce his soul. He turns away, walking out of the room with his head hung low. As he steps outside, the camera lingers on him as he walks away from the grand estate. The sounds of his family's estate fade, replaced by the peaceful yet stark sounds of the surrounding village. The decision is final. Kobi has nothing left but the hope of his investments. Kobi wanders into a neighboring village, a simple but bustling place where life seems to move slower, and people are more connected to one another. He walks through dirt roads, passing modest huts with thatched roofs. His clothes are worn, and his face is gaunt from the stress of his fall. He stumbles into a small but well-kept house where Adama, a beautiful and kind woman, sees him sitting by the side of the road, looking defeated. "You look like you've been through a lot. Come, rest inside. You must be hungry." Kobi is hesitant but too weary to decline. He follows her into the house, where she prepares a simple meal of rice and vegetables. The modest meal is a stark contrast to the feast he's accustomed to, yet it feels like the most nourishing thing he's had in days. Kobi is initially quiet, but Adama's warmth and kindness bring him out of his shell.
I've lost everything, my family, my wealth, but most painfully, my dignity.
Adama listens patiently, never once judging him. She offers him a kind smile. "Everyone deserves a second chance. And if you need a place to stay, you're welcome here." Over the next few days, Kobi and Adama grow closer. Kobi begins to find hope again, not through money or status, but through the genuine connection he forms with her. Adama's family is skeptical of Kobi's true intentions, seeing him as a man without a future, but they accept him for their daughter's sake. Despite the tension, the bond between Kobi and Adama deepens, and eventually, they marry in a beautiful but humble village ceremony. The villagers, including Adama's family, are wary but respectful. It is a day filled with love and joy, albeit with underlying uncertainty. Despite the love they share, Kobi begins to feel the strain of living with Adama's family. They are critical of him, seeing him as a man who has nothing to offer. Adama's mother is particularly harsh, often making biting remarks.
"What kind of man can't even feed his wife properly? We gave you our daughter, and now you're living off her kindness."
Kobi, trying his best to ignore the insults, quietly focuses on his crypto investments. He believes that one day, his investments will turn around. But every day, the pressure mounts. Adama, caught in the middle, begins to show signs of frustration. She loves Kobi but is starting to feel the weight of her family's expectations. "Kobi, I'm tired of hearing my family criticize you. Maybe I should have listened to them. Maybe I need a man who can actually provide for me." Kobi, broken by the words he never imagined hearing from his wife, holds his silence. He doesn't want to burden her with the truth about his finances, so he continues to pretend everything is fine. His patience grows thinner, but he resolves to stick it out, hoping that one day his gamble will pay off. Several months later, Kobi gets a notification on his phone. His crypto investment has surged. His eyes widen as the numbers on the screen grow larger and larger. His portfolio has exploded, and for the first time in a long while, Kobi feels the weight of his decision to invest has paid off.
It worked. I'm rich.
Despite the overwhelming rush of success, Kobi keeps this to himself. He decides not to reveal his newfound wealth just yet, wanting to prove to Adama and her family that he can provide on his own terms. Meanwhile, Adama's relationship with Kobi continues to suffer. Arins, a wealthy and charming man from a nearby village, begins to buy her expensive gifts. He showers her with attention, and she becomes increasingly drawn to him.
Why live in squalor with a man who can't even afford to buy you a decent dress? I can give you everything you want.
Adama, confused and torn, slowly grows distant from Kobi. Arin's gifts, lavish jewelry, beautiful clothes, seem to be a sign of the life she deserves, not the struggle she faces with Kobi. Meanwhile, Kobi remains silent, immersing himself in the wealth he's just acquired, unaware of the growing tension between him and his wife. As time passes, Adama's behavior becomes colder. She no longer smiles at Kobi the way she once did. The love between them begins to feel strained, and Kobi's heart aches every time he sees her with Arens. One evening, Kobi tries to talk to her, his frustration evident.
Adama, I love you. I've worked so hard and I promise things will get better. You don't have to turn to him for answers. I'm here, I'm still the man you married.
I can't keep waiting for you to change, Kobi. I need a man who can offer me more than just empty promises. Arins can give me a future you can't. The words cut deep into Kobi's heart. He stands there, speechless, watching her leave the room to meet Arins, knowing that his marriage is unraveling. Kobi's father, desperate and humble, visits Kobi. The camera reveals an older, worn version of the man who once disowned him. He's no longer the proud patriarch, instead, he's a man on the verge of losing everything.
Kobi, I was wrong. The company is falling apart. I need you. I need you to come back and help us. Only you can save this family now.
Kobi listens in silence, the old wound still raw. But after a long pause, he finally agrees, but on his terms. He demands the highest shares in the company, a position of power that allows him to make decisions on his own terms.
I'll help you, but I want control. I'm not just a son, I'm a man who's earned his place.
Kobi's father nods, acknowledging Kobi's power. It's a moment of both reconciliation and triumph. Kobi knows it's time to reveal the truth, he's not the broke man his wife believes him to be. Kobi's transformation from the broken man to the successful business leader is evident. With his newfound wealth, he decides it's time to reveal the truth. He invites Adama to a grand dinner at their home, which has been renovated with the riches he's gained from his crypto investments. The table is set with an extravagant feast, and the atmosphere is both exciting and tense. Adama walks in, stunned by the lavish setting. Kobi, what is all this? I don't understand. Kobi stands tall, finally ready to confront the truth. He takes a deep breath, the moment heavy with anticipation.
Adama, I've never been the man you thought I was. You saw me as a failure, but the truth is that I've been quietly successful. My investments have made me the richest man in this village.
The silence hangs between them like a thick fog. Adama struggles to process his words, her eyes wide with disbelief. Just as she opens her mouth to speak, Arins burst into the room, his usual charm replaced by a self-assured arrogance.
So this is what you've been hiding, Kobi. The truth. I think we all know who the real winner is here.
Kobi steps forward, his gaze unwavering. The tension is palpable as Kobi takes a deep breath, preparing for the final reveal.
What you don't know, Arins, is that you've been playing into my father's hand. You see, you've been working for him, hoping to take advantage of me. But the tables have turned. I've been given the highest shares in the family business. I hold the power now.
Adama's face pales as the full realization of what Kobi has done sinks in. She turns to Arins, who looks momentarily flustered but quickly regains his composure.
It's not too late, Adama. You never knew who I truly was. But now you do.
In this moment, the weight of Kobi's sacrifice and determination finally hits her. The man she once underestimated had not only been quietly building his future but had also maintained his dignity in the face of rejection. She feels the sting of her misplaced trust in Arins. Kobi's father arrives at the dinner, hearing about the sudden commotion. He walks into the room just as Adama begins to apologize for her previous actions. She's visibly distraught, and the air is thick with the remnants of broken trust.
I was wrong about you. I see now what you've become. I've watched you grow into a man of integrity, and I've been proud of your resilience, even though I didn't understand it.
Kobi nods, his eyes filled with both pain and pride.
I never needed your approval, Father. But I wanted you to know that I've done it on my own terms. I've built something, and I did it by being true to myself. You should have believed in me, but I won't hold that against you.
His father's face softens, a tear forming in his eye as he steps closer to Kobi.
I see that now, son. And I've come to realize that true success isn't about wealth, but about the strength to overcome adversity and stay true to one's values. I'm sorry for everything.
Kobi turns to face Adama, who is standing, wiping her tears. He approaches her, not with anger, but with understanding. He places a hand on her shoulder.
I don't blame you, Adama. I understand how easy it was to believe what others said about me. But I always had faith in us. I want to rebuild what we lost if you'll have me.
Adama looks up at him, a soft, tearful smile breaking through her sorrow. She steps forward and embraces him, realizing that Kobi's love, patience, and integrity are more valuable than the wealth she once sought. She had been blinded by superficial appearances, but now she sees the depth of Kobi's character. I was wrong, Kobi. I was wrong. I've learned so much today. You are the man I fell in love with. Kobi smiles, relieved that despite the turmoil, there's a chance for redemption. His past was painful, but it was his future that mattered now. Months later, the village is buzzing with excitement. Kobi, now an influential figure in the community, has used his wealth and position to invest in local projects. The community is thriving under his leadership, and Adama, standing beside him, has become an advocate for education and empowerment, using her voice to uplift others. Kobi's father, once cold and prideful, now sits alongside him at the head of a community meeting, listening intently as Kobi speaks about their shared vision for the future.
It's not about being the richest man in the village. It's about using what we have to build something better for all of us. My success belongs to you as much as it belongs to me.
The camera pans out to show the community coming together, a spirit of unity and progress in the air. Children play near a newly built school, farmers work in expanded fields, and the market is alive with new opportunities. The final shot focuses on Kobi and Adama, now walking hand in hand through the village. The sun sets behind them, casting a golden glow on the peaceful landscape. They exchange a loving glance, a symbol of their journey together. Kobi looks content, not because of the wealth he has accumulated, but because he has finally found the peace and love he always sought.
In the end, wealth is nothing if you don't have the heart to share it. True success isn't measured by what you have, but by how much you give.